The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
All day, baby, all day. Set, ready. 60 Pittsburgh. We want this. Quick to edge, hey. 57's the mic.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll steal our first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
At the 36-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. First carry for James Conner. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Undercrunch. Check. Lucky. He's crashing. He's checking crash. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Let's go. Hey. 40. Nice. And go.
Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Watch the curl. Check 26.
And an alley to run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens 7, Steelers 0. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for, is that word that...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tim Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
No.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Hey, 40's Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Yep. You. It comes to me, it's me. Mike's 40. Hey, defense, let's go. Delta. Ready, go.
They'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On 2nd down, Kamara looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. T.J. Watt make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Wild. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
18-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Mike's 40.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop the throw. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Check 25. Check 25. Shit.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 37. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Switch. Check nickel. Back. Alert 3. Ready, go.
This is Coleman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 2nd and 9 now. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Watch the ball. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. Bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Hot, hot. Kill. Smoke. Nice 57.
Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
The pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Check. Crunch. Go.
From the gun, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Spurs. Tighten up.
Now Jackson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more. with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first.
And it's third down.
Ready? Keep it playing. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Check the backer. Check the backer. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Cracks. Cracks.
On third down, this is Howard. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And look at this, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moment. They're on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Here we go.
On first and goal, Howard. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Jordan Howard, his third touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tim Williams picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. On second down, it's Coleman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Scene 6. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Now Kamara. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Again, it's Kamara. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
So after the run by Kamara, now another first and 10.
Switch.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
He'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
Makes the score. Ravens 21, Steelers nothing. Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 2nd and 2. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he goes out right around the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Watch QB draw.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 57 yards.
Steelers first down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Watch the back. General, West.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
40's Mike.
2nd and 4. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. It's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. That'll bring up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now he'll pull it down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Check 24, Choco.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. 2nd and 3. Open man here is Hamilton. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 24. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Jackson now. It's caught. Smith.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Let's go now. Check the outlaw. Focus, defense, focus. Over. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shift. Watch the shift.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
12. First down, Ravens.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.